Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Today, my wife and I are actually on our second honeymoon, if you want to call it that. It's our 1 year wedding anniversary, but I wanted to take a second to spend time with my other love, which is you and the Black community, and talk to you guys about something that was on my mind today. And I'm going to talk about not just Jeff Bezos and a horrible bet that Jeff Bezos made back in 2006 that led to him being ridiculed and made fun of, but also talk to you about what's going on with the economy, with the stock market, and what I'm finding in my research and how you can prepare for the coming recession. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day under one condition. The condition is that we are Black first. Black first is the B1 philosophy. That means we put our community at the top of our priority list. Black first means we are solving the racial wealth gap. Black first means we educate our kids. Black first means that we care about our families. Black first means we're building our community. If you're in that category, then that means you're one of us. Put a hashtag B in the number one in the chat. If you care about Black people, put a hashtag B1 in the chat. If you don't care about Black people, if you don't care about the Black community, then that's okay. There are plenty of places for you to go, but this might not be the place for you. I want to say hi to John Hunter and Monica Wimberly and Courtney Tarver in Florida Livingston. How you doing? Shout out the name of your city, and also let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm always real concerned because I'm on this ship and I don't know what their Wi-Fi is like, but y'all know me. I got to come in here and talk to you every day. That's what I do. I love talking to you guys about what I'm seeing. So let me, first of all, as I say hi to Condra, David, and Angela, and Cindy, please hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, everybody. And also, let me just tell you guys what was on my mind this morning. So I was sitting down there and I was eating breakfast, right? I'm on this ship. And, I told you guys, me and my wife were on our second honeymoon. And yesterday was our wedding anniversary. So we celebrated some of that. And I got up this morning and my wife was still asleep. And she said, "Hey boys, go get me some breakfast," because she had that heavy D voice in the morning. And I said, "Okay, no problem." So I went down and I was reading through some stuff, and I read financial information and news every single day. And I was reading about this guy named Jeff Bezos that you might have seen. So Jeff Bezos, I assume you know who he is. He is the CEO and founder of Amazon, and Bezos did something that was really interesting and profound that I thought could, gain a lot of inspiration for Black people. And what he did was he shared a vulnerable moment. He shared a moment of extreme of what appeared to be just complete failure, or at the very least, a situation that could have gone really bad, where he took a lot of criticism, a lot of hate. And he went back to 2006 and he shared this image here: Amazon's risky bet. And Business Week had basically that week clowned Bezos because he made a massive investment in Amazon Web Services, and they dogged him out. They said that this is stupid. You're losing money. Your stock's down 20%, so you're a loser. His company was worth about $10 billion, so he'd done okay, but it's nothing compared to the trillion that it's worth now. Now his company is literally worth, gosh, what is that, 100 times more? Did I do the math right? Yeah, his company's worth 100 times more than what it was back then. So since then, he's built 100 Amazons, and but in 2006, he made this risky bet in Amazon Web Services. And what's crazy is that this year, Amazon Web Services literally made a stunning $62 billion for his company, 62 billion in revenue. So, in a way, it reminds me like the Mike Jones song back then. They didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Well, Bezos can say, hey, you know what? Hey, haters, you know what? You might have had a lot to say about my investment at the time, but look who's winning now. Look who's ahead now. And I related to that. That resonated with me because I really felt that that's kind of the story. That's the hero's journey. That's the journey that you're going to have to go. That's the trial by fire that you're going to have to experience. Let me know if you guys can relate to this and understand what I'm saying. Some of you are already very successful now. Some of you are going to get there one day, but I want to prepare you for success. I want to get you ready. If you want to be successful, you're going to have to kind of put on a fire suit. You got to put on a fire suit because people are going to do everything that they can to burn your dreams to the ground before they ever get a chance to be born. They're going to do everything in their power to make sure that you're constantly reminded of what you can't do. They're going to remind you of what you ain't got. They're going to remind you of when you messed up. They're going to tell you how risky it is. They're going to try everything they can. And it doesn't mean that they're trying to be hurtful. What's crazy is that some of the people that say these things are actually trying to help you. They claim to be, look, like, I just want you to be realistic. Well, what is realistic? What is realistic? Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I need constant confirmation you guys can hear me so I know I'm not talking to myself. What realistic. People will say, I just want you to be realistic. Well, reality is subjective, first of all. And that which is realistic now may be unrealistic later, or that which is unrealistic now could be very realistic later. And one of the things I think that a lot of us don't understand is that the world is constantly evolving. The definition of quote unquote reality is constantly shifting. There are things in my life that were completely unrealistic 20 years ago that are very realistic today. For example, 20 years ago, it would have been unrealistic for me to think that I could, that I had Ice Cube, the rapper, on speed dial. Now, yeah, I get his numbers in my phone. So is Farrakhan and a lot of other people that I admire, love, and respect. You know, uh, Maybe when I was 25 years old, it was unrealistic for me to be able to understand finance and economics at the level that I understand it now. But now it's very realistic because I have a PhD and 20 years of experience on top of that. So this idea that that you're talking about, um, that you're talking about that you have people that literally that claim to be your friends, and I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm not saying this at all. I'm saying that they're people with limited perspective. They're people who just might not be as talented as you. They're people who just might not have the vision you have. God didn't put the vision in their brain; He put it in yours. And so, to me, when I hear somebody telling me how to define my dream or what's best for me, I kind of just look at them and I say, I don't think you really know what you're talking about because you're using what's in your head to define what is in mine. Maybe in this area, I'm just a little bit better than you. Think about this. Imagine if LeBron James was 12 years old and told his teacher, "Yeah, one day I want to be the best player in the NBA. I want to be as good as Michael Jordan." And the teacher's like, "Oh, well, that's realistic because only 1% of all black boys ever make it to the NBA. You probably won't even make it to the NBA." Well, yeah, that might be realistic for him because, you know, he's 5'4" and 250 pounds. Like, yeah, it's unrealistic for you. It's unrealistic for the people but it's not unrealistic for me because I'm willing to do the work and I got the talent to do it. And so what I just want to say to you guys, and I really just like this Bezos example because I studied Bezos, man. I went through his whole bio. I studied him and Elon Musk. And I'm telling you guys the truth, just between me and you as family, Bezos is more impressive to me than Musk. Musk is brilliant. I love Elon Musk in so many ways, but he also is a person who takes a lot of risks that I probably wouldn't take. When he started SpaceX, he had $100 million. He spent all the way down to he spent 99 out of $100 million, and he got bailed out at the last minute by financing. So if somebody had not come in and bailed him out, he never would have made it. You wouldn't know who he is. He'd have gone bankrupt. There are lots of other choices Elon Musk made that didn't seem to be intelligent or calculated. I think he's been divorced a bunch of times and just kind of creates messes for himself. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I like him a lot, but I don't like him as much as Bezos. Bezos is a guy, in my view, who was always very smart, who was always very calculated, who was always very determined, who was always very courageous, who built one of the greatest companies in the history of this world. And here's the reality. Let's bring it back to black people for a minute. I'm not here to glorify, some guy, some dude. Some of your children have that same level of capability. Some of your kids are really good at math. Some of your kids can understand business concepts very quickly. Some of y'all got children who are meant to be at the highest pinnacle of success. And here's the problem, though. Your children are surrounded by what I call bad economic soil. Your children are surrounded, unfortunately, in many cases, by little boys who all think they're going to go to the NFL one day, or little girls who all just want to learn how to twerk and, imitate Cardi B, or dudes who think they all going to be the next great rapper, and they may, or kids who want to bully your child because your child wants to study, your child likes science, your child wants to be different, your child wants to succeed. And what you got to do is you have to help them put on a fire suit. The fire suit is the preparation for the fact that you have to protect your goals and protect your dreams like you're protecting a newborn baby. When my mother was pregnant with me at 16, 17 years old, they told her, you need to abort this baby because your life is going to be hard. They said, get rid of this little motherfucker because this baby ain't going to cause you nothing but heartache. Don't have this child because you cannot afford to take care of a baby and you don't know what you're doing. So my mother had to put on her fire suit. God gave her her fire suit. And she said, I don't know how we're going to figure it out, but we're going to figure it out. I don't know how we're going to get through, but we're going to make it. I'm going to protect this baby. I couldn't protect myself. My mother protected me. That's why I don't let nobody disrespect black women and black mothers, man, because I wouldn't be here without my mama. None of y'all would be. And so years later, I was able to become the person I became because my mother had the courage to have a vision that was bigger than the people around her. She understood that, yeah, okay, times are hard right now. It seems unrealistic right now, but it ain't going to be like that forever. And that's what happened. 3-4 years later, everything was fine. Literally, by the time I was 4, our living condition had improved dramatically. So think about this. They were telling her, and this is not I don't want to make this a political conversation. This is just an honest stream of consciousness that relates to what it really takes to become successful in business or anything else. Think about this. They were willing to throw away the next 50, 60, 70 years because she was going to have a rough 2-3 years. Literally. So what I'm saying is, a lot of your people that you know, a lot of the people that you know who are going to fail, who are not going to succeed like you, they throw away 70 years of intergenerational success because these sons of bitches don't want to endure a tough 2 or 3 years, or they can't see the big picture of the next 30 years because they can't get past the next 6 months. They're upset because their stocks went down last week, or they're mad because money's a little bit tight right now, or they think that not knowing how to do something means that you can never learn how to do the thing that you don't know how to do, and that's crazy to me. Maybe they think white people are always the ones who are supposed to win. I have no idea what they think, but I don't want you to think that way. I want you to just kind of get a perspective that allows you to have expansionary thinking that is consistent with your goals. Now, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, share, subscribe. Since this is a financial platform, I like to tell you guys what I'm reading also about the economy, so you can also kind of know what's going on and the amazing opportunities that exist for you coming up in the market. This is a beautiful stock market. There's a lot out here that's gonna make you rich. I don't want you to look away. I don't want you to be scared. I want you to just be focused. I want you to learn and do what you got to do. Okay. So hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe. Also, don't forget our Black Wealth Summit is going to take place at the same time as the Essence Music Fest in New Orleans, January 1st through January 3rd. We've got a series of experts in real estate, entrepreneurship, generational wealth, and money mindset. My wife, Alicia, is a licensed therapist and a full professor of social work. So she understands, she's an expert and a master at managing your subconscious mind. So all these things, everything from money mindset to real estate to everything in between is going to be covered at the Black Wealth Summit that's happening July 1st through the 3rd in New Orleans, right during the Essence Music Fest. So you can enjoy the concerts at the Essence and also come hang out with us. We got the hotel right next door to the Essence at the West End. That's where we're going to be. And then, of course, you guys know about the All Black National Convention, which is going to be later on in October. We'll talk more about that later. So let's keep going here. So in terms of the market right now, what you're looking at is this week coming up is going to be critical because a lot of companies are going to be announcing their earnings. Companies like Costco and Best Buy are going to be announcing their earnings, and it's going to give more insight into what the American consumer is thinking, what the American consumer can do. The numbers from Target and Walmart were very concerning because Target and Walmart are bellwethers for consumer spending. The big concern, obviously, is the recession. I am convinced that there is a recession coming, but that is not a guarantee. There are some people who wonder if there's going to be a recession or not. A bear market does not mean that there is a recession. Typically, a bear market might mean that the prediction of a recession, because the stock market looks into the future and says, okay, I'm going to react now to something that I think is going to happen in the future. It's just like somebody who screams because they think they're going to get hit with a rock, but the rock may never actually hit them. They just scream though because they thought the rock was coming. So the stock market is screaming because it thinks that the rock of a recession is going to occur. That does not guarantee it's going to happen. However, as I mentioned to you guys yesterday, Professor Lawrence Summers, who was the former president of Harvard University, former Treasury Secretary, said no time in human history have we ever had inflation above 4% and unemployment below 4%. So, in his view, a recession is probably coming. Let me tell you why this matters. When you have had a bear market historically, the big question of a bear market, like now, when stocks start getting cheap, is where's the bottom? When have we hit the bottom? Because I want to buy at the bottom so you can make your money on the climb back up. That's where people get paid. They get paid when the stocks start to recover. The recovery is where the money gets made. I want you to be in a position to make the money. Well, nobody knows what the bottom is. So here's the deal. Here's what's interesting. When there is a bear market and there is no recession, the bottom typically hits when the stocks have gone down about 21.3% from the previous high. So when it hits 21.3% off the previous high, that's usually when the recovery starts to occur. Your money starts to get made. The sun starts coming out again. If those who invested are happy and making money, happy days are here again. When there is a recession with the bear market, however, the typical bottom is at 47% below the previous high. 47% is a whole different story. That would mean that your losses to this point could actually double before they start to recover. So if a recession is coming, which I believe that it is, that's the problem. I believe that it is. The average bear market dips 47% before the recovery happens, which unfortunately could mean that the economic forecast is that there's a 70% chance of rain and it's going to keep raining, and you might get a tornado up in this mug. Give me a guess in the chat if you follow what I'm saying. I don't want to be overly complex. I just want to tell you guys what I'm seeing, and I want to help you in terms of your investing strategy for this week and beyond. Give me a yes if you follow what I'm saying. If you don't get it, then I could try to explain a little bit better. But ultimately, that's what you're seeing. If a recession comes with this bear market, you've got more dipping to go. You're going to have a dip, baby dip. Now, does this mean you don't buy? Well, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I'm buying. I'm buying. I'm buying everything I can get my hands on as long as it's quality companies. I told you. I mean, we talked about Amazon earlier. Oh, I like Amazon. I like me some Amazon. Told you yesterday about Nvidia. Oh, I like Nvidia. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Me and Nvidia are gonna get real close. But does that mean that those stocks can't keep dropping? No, they can keep dropping. But here's the deal. Here's the other thing that allows me to just continue to move forward and not worry about anything. See, here's the thing. Let me tell you a little something. This is a little secret. It's a little Dr. Boy's secret about investing. Investing, because I studied it for so long, and because I've studied economics at the absolute highest levels, not just where you're studying high level finance. That's easy. That's what the bankers do on Wall Street. That's baby stuff for people like me. I've studied the advanced mathematical theories that underlie the economic formulas and complexities that even define modern economics. Like that's what you have to do to get a PhD. It's really, really hard. And so what happens is, in order to get through those terrible classes that we had, I mean, where you're literally studying 10 hours a day and still failing your tests, it was literally the most atrocious hazing that you can ever imagine. You get real religious. Like religion starts to kick in. You get religious. You get philosophical. You start seeing things like in a weird sort of way because you're literally dreaming about it, and you're seeing things in ways that almost make you a weirdo. So why do I say that? Y'all know I'm weird. Yeah, I've been weird for 10 years, so y'all I ain't gonna change one bit. But here's the deal. When you're looking at investing, I almost see it like religion. My mama is a devout Christian. My mama, um, my mama's not afraid to die. And the reason she's not afraid to die, well, why is that? Well, obviously, right? Because she knows when she dies, great things are going to happen in heaven and God is going to take care of her. She also has a lot of faith because she knows that whatever she's going through, God's got her back. So she goes through life like this soldier without a sword sometimes, and she has no fear. And why is that? Well, because she knows that on the back end there is this sort of cosmic safety net that is God that's going to protect her and make sure she's good. Well, here's the deal. As an investor, I'm kind of the same way. I live in a space of faith. I'm not afraid of losing money. And it's not because it's not blind faith. It's based on what I call the cosmic economic safety net, which says that if you look at all the history, I've studied stock market data going all the way back 120 years. If you look at the history of the stock market going back 120 years, there's one simple fact you can always lean on that will always protect you when it comes to your economic choices, when it comes to the market, as long as you follow basic rules of diversification and don't do anything stupid. There has been no time in human history that the stock market has dipped and gone down and has not recovered to the point that it was before the dip took place. There's never been a point in history where the market went down and never got better. There's no point where it got sick and died. It never got sick and died. Every time it got sick, it was like when your coworker says, I'm out of the office for 2 weeks. You know they're out, but you know they're going to come back. You know they're going to get back to normal. They don't have cancer. They're not going to die. They're going to be okay. So in general, generally speaking, the cosmic safety net for the stock market historically is that even if it keeps dipping, I promise you, you guys know how I am. I got to explain the point thoroughly to make sure you kind of get it, I'm not going to talk to you like you're stupid. I'm gonna give you the explanation I would give my students at Syracuse University. Yeah, even when the market keeps dipping, I keep buying. And the reason I keep buying is not because I'm crazy or stupid or I just love throwing my money away. I keep buying because I know this too shall pass. And that isn't that a beautiful thing to kind of remember about life in general? Almost all the shit you ever go through in your life is kind of the same way. This too shall pass. Think about anything that has ever happened. You're 16 years old, your girlfriend dumps you, and you're all sad and you think you're never going to meet anybody again. No, this too shall pass. Right? You're feeling really bad because you're in a terrible relationship or whatever is going on in your life. And no, this too shall pass. Right? So, right now, when it comes to this market, I need you to always remember that this too shall pass. This is going to go away. In 5 years, promise you this. In 5 years, if you consistently invested and you have all that money you're going to have 5 years from now, you're not even going to remember this month. You might remember this conversation. Maybe something I said today resonated with you because I like to fancy myself on the fact that I think we can talk about economics in a way that other people can't because I understand it in ways that other people don't. But for the most part, you're not going to remember any of this. So operate in that same framework and don't overthink it. And just going full circle. Remember in the beginning we were talking about how Bezos was investing in Amazon Web Services, and people made fun of him because Amazon Web Services was apparently a terrible investment. And you're a complete fool for doing this. Well, that then eventually Bezos ended up making hundreds of billions of dollars from this so-called crazy investment. And a lot of the reason he got criticism is because some people can see the big picture, some people only see the small picture. Some people see the long term, some people can only see the short term. People who can only see the short term small picture, those become your biggest haters. Those become the ones who tell you that nothing's possible. Those are the ones who give you all the doom and gloom scenarios. The people who see the big picture and understand that this too shall pass are the ones who can relax, keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to be okay. So that's what I would say to you. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's going to be okay. Just don't get involved in crazy, ridiculous investments. Like I've warned you guys over and over. Dogecoin, first of all, crypto in general is risky as hell. But Dogecoin and all this other stuff people are investing in, go talk to those Dogecoin investors now. A lot of them are crying because they lost everything. They lost a ton of money. And Warren Buffett said something interesting about Bitcoin even. And I don't know if I agree, but I couldn't argue his point too much. He said, if you gave me a chance to own 10% of all the farmland in America, he said, I'd write a check because I know what I can do with that farmland. I can grow stuff on it, right? He said, if you gave me 10% of all the businesses in America that are producing products, I'd buy that. I'd write a check because I know what I can do with those businesses. He said, but if you gave me 10% of all the Bitcoin in America, he said, I wouldn't give you $25 for it. He said, because I don't know what to do with Bitcoin. He said, the only thing I can do with Bitcoin is sell it to a bigger sucker, sell it to somebody who's willing to pay more for it later on. He said, that's it. So I'm not saying this is true or not true. I am an investor in Bitcoin. So obviously my actions show I disagree with Buffett a little bit on that point. But I think that there's something to what he said in the sense that in this world, there are things that are real and things that are not real. And I want you to make the majority of your investment in things that are real, right? So a lot of these quality companies, Amazon is real. The Nvidia, I told you about it yesterday. Oh yeah, they're real. They make the microchips. Your real estate is real. So your business is real. So when you talk about making money, just keep it real and keep it smart, and you're gonna be just fine. All right, guys. That's pretty much it for today. My website is boycewatkins.com. If you go there, you can find some of the stocks that I like. You can also do a free trial in my stock market investing class. We meet every Tuesday, and I talk to the students the entire time about what's not just what's going on in the market, but what my stock picks are and why, and I analyze their picks for them. You can send me questions, things like that. Also, if you have kids and you want your kids to learn about wealth, we have some awesome financial workbooks for children designed by Black experts that I respect. So if you are interested in taking a look at those workbooks, you can go to financialworkbooks.com. And so anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. And I also hope to see you at the Black Wealth Summit, which will be at the Essence Music or during the Essence Music Fest at the Westin Hotel in New Orleans, July 1st through July 3rd. And that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll get a chance to talk in person. And I know you're going to love it. It's going to be a lot of fun. So anyway, guys, have a wonderful day. Love you. And I will talk to you soon. Take care now. Peace.